Why is a coconut called a coconut? The coconut is one of the most useful plants on Earth. You can drink it, eat it, even burn it for fuel, or weave its fibers into rope. Some cultures call it the tree of life, but the name itself? That's where things get weird, because coconut has a meaning nobody expects. And the story behind that name involves a 500-year-old case of mistaken identity. Look at a coconut, but not the white flesh or the water inside. Focus on the shell. At one end, you'll see 3 dark spots. 2 are close together, like eyes, and 1 sits lower, like a mouth. Portuguese and Spanish explorers noticed this too, and to them it looked like a face, or more specifically, it looked like El Coco. El Coco was a boogeyman figure in Iberian folklore, a monster parents would use to frighten children into behaving. If you don't go to sleep, El Coco will come for you. The word coco already meant skull, or a grimacing face. When sailors saw this strange fruit with 3 holes staring back at them, they called it cocoa. The nut part came later, added by English speakers in the 1600s because of the hard shell. But Europeans weren't the first to name it. For centuries, nobody called it a coconut at all. The fruit had traveled the world long before Portuguese ships reached the Indian Ocean. Arab traders called it Jaws Hindi, the Indian nut. Marco Polo, writing in the late 1200s, used the Latin version Nux indica. Same meaning, the Indian nut. For centuries, that's what most of the world called it. When Sir Francis Drake sailed the Pacific in the 1570s, his crew used the term nargles, borrowed from Persian and Sanskrit. The word coconut didn't appear in English until 1589, in a summary of Drake's later voyages. And it took another century before coconut fully replaced the older names. The Portuguese won. Timing matters. Vasco da Gama reached India in 1498, opening direct sea routes between Europe and Asia. Portuguese traders established posts throughout the Indian Ocean. They encountered the coconut palm everywhere. India, Ceylon, the Maldives, the Malay Peninsula, and they brought it back. Not just the fruit, but the name. Cocoa spread through Portuguese trade networks, then into Spanish, then into English. By the 1700s, coconut had won. The Indian nut was forgotten, all because some sailors thought the shell looked like a goblin. The coconut isn't a nut. Botanically, the coconut is a drupe, also known as a stone fruit, the same category as cherries and olives. A drupe has 3 layers, an outer skin, a fleshy middle, and a hard shell protecting the seed. When you buy a coconut at the store, the familiar brown one, you're only getting the inner layer, the hard brown shell. The outer skin is smooth and green. The fleshy middle is thick, fibrous husk. That husk gets stripped off before shipping. So the thing that looks like a hairy brown nut is really just the pit of a much larger fruit. Coconut palm itself is equally strange. It's not technically a tree. There's no bark, no branches, and no growth rings. It's a monocot more closely related to grasses and orchids than to oak trees. And nobody knows for certain where it came from. Coconuts float. They can survive months at sea. Ocean currents have spread them across the tropics for millions of years, long before humans started carrying them. The oldest written reference might be from a man named Cosmas, an Egyptian traveler in the 6th century, who described an Indian nut after visiting Ceylon. But by then, the coconut was already everywhere warm enough to support it. Those 3 holes that look like a face? They're not decorative, they're functional. Each one covers a pore where the seed could germinate. When conditions are right, a shoot pushes through one of those holes and grows into a new palm. The face that once frightened Portuguese sailors is the coconut's way of reproducing. El Coco stares back at you because it's waiting to become a tree. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, you might as well subscribe.